Good evening and welcome. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, Nigeria marks 56th independence anniversary. President Buhari promises a restructuring of the economy to get the nation out of recession. Prominent Nigerians bear their minds on the state of the nation, stress the need for Nigerians to remain the future. Speakers at the platform in Lagos x-ray Nigeria's challenges and chart path towards the emergence of a new nation. And scores of people killed in the Syrian city of Aleppo after an air raid that hit a hospital for the second time in days.
And on business news tonight, Central Bank ups requirements for the position of Chief Compliance Officer in commercial banks.
And in sports news, Nigeria's Flamingos begin their campaign at the FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup with a defeat to Brazil.
Nigeria is marking its 56th independence anniversary today. On this day, October 1st, 1960, the Union Jack was lowered for the last time and the green, white, green flag was hoisted to mark the end of British colonial rule. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe became the first indigenous Governor General and later President, while Abubakar Tafawa Balewa was Prime Minister. Political upheavals resulted in the termination of the country's first republic in a bloody coup d'etat led by a group of young military officers in 1966. Events that followed the military takeover later resulted in a 30-month civil war from July 1967 to January 1970. In all, Nigeria has experienced 28 years of military rule with a 4-year stint at democratic rule, breaking the sequence between 1979 and 1983. The present democratic dispensation was ushered in on May 29, 1999, when then military head of state, General Abdulsalami Abubakar, handed over to President Olusegun Obasanjo. The times may be tough, but for the president, the economic recession presently rocking the country will soon be over as the government is focused on restructuring the economy. President Muhammadu Buhari gave this assurance in his early morning nationwide broadcast to mark the country's Independence Day celebration. He insisted that the shortage of foreign exchange and the attacks on pipelines by Niger Delta militants are all temporary.
1st October is a day of celebration for us Nigerians.
Without beating around the bush, President Muhammadu Buhari confronted the elephant in the room during his independence anniversary speech, the country's economic recession.
The recession for many individuals and families is real. For some, it means not being able to pay school fees. For others, it is not being able to afford the high cost of food, rice and millet, or the high cost of local or international travel. And for many of our young people, the recession means joblessness, sometimes after graduating from university or polytechnic.
He, however, says there is hope at the end of the tunnel, although he did not specify how long it will take to get out.
I ran for office because I know that good government is the only way to ensure prosperity and abundance for all. I remain resolutely committed to this objective. I believe that this recession will not last. Temporary problems should not blind or divert us from the corrective course this government has charted for our nation.
Other critical issues that the president addressed are security, corruption, and the Niger Delta militancy.
Boko Haram was defeated by last December, only resorting to cowardly attacks on soft targets, killing innocent men, women, and children. Nigerians should thank our gallant men of the armed forces and police for rescuing large areas of the country captured by the insurgents. A new insurgency has reared up its head in the shape of blown up gas and oil pipelines by groups of Niger Delta militants. This administration will not allow these mindless groups to hold the country to ransom.
In resolving all these issues, President Muhammadu Buhari promised to adhere by the rule of law. In all, the president says that his administration would repair the nation's 4 oil refineries to save $4 billion annually, boost the agricultural sector to be self-sufficient by 2018, and revive all 12 river basins. President Buhari also says power transmission and generation, which has picked up in the last 1 year, will continue to improve, while road construction work on all federal highways has begun in earnest, creating jobs for thousands of Nigerians. Nevertheless, the federal government hopes to take pressure off these roads with the launch of railway projects to link some parts of the country. There is also the promise of improved housing in 2016. With all these assurances, it may be safe to say the future is bright. But for most Nigerians, the worry is how they will be able to survive the current economic hardship. Temi Tokwe Fagbemi, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, many prominent Nigerians and former leaders have joined to mark the country's independence anniversary, with some saying a lot still remains to be achieved as the nation clocks 56. For others, the fact that the country has remained a united nation despite the difficulties is enough to celebrate, as they encouraged Nigerians to be positive. They spoke to Channels Television at the occasion of Nigeria's 56th independence anniversary, which took place at the forecourt of the presidential villa.
As happens every October 1st, the Guards Brigade, a special unit of the military tasked with the responsibility of safeguarding the president and the seat of government, is formed at the forecourt of the presidential villa as part of activities to mark Nigeria's 56th independence anniversary. Prominent Nigerians, including Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, the Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki, former Head of State General Abdulsalami Abubakar, former Vice Presidents Chief Alex Ekweme and Architect Namadi Sambo, as well as service chiefs and other dignitaries, are present at the occasion. The arrival of President Muhammadu Buhari signals the climax of the year's activities as he mounts the podium for the national salute. He joins other dignitaries at the VIP stand to watch the presidential parade and the special change of guards performed by the Guards Brigade, as well as a simulated inspection and takeover of duty. There are also silent drills, as well as the color patrol of the national and regimental colors. It's then time for the president to sign the parade register. This is followed by the release of white pigeons, a symbol of peace in Nigeria. With the cutting of the anniversary cake, the day's activities come to a close. Not without reactions from former leaders who express mixed feelings on Nigeria's status at 56.
I think we have come a long way. Things are improving gradually, although we have problems here and there. But I think we are heading in the right direction.
It is obvious to many people that we haven't done as well as anticipated.
We are celebrating the fact that when you look back from 1960 to today, 56 years, there has been tremendous progress in Nigeria.
There is a lot to be done, and we are all conscious of it. And there's no doubt about it.
The fact that Nigeria continues to exist means it has come a long way. So I congratulate Nigerians and Nigeria. We have to think positive.
Notwithstanding the challenges, they say Nigeria's future remains bright and would only get better as the country gets older. Omelogo Nnadi, Channels Television News.
Staying in the nation's capital, where the residents also turned out to mark the Independence Day, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory has appealed to Nigerians for patience, to be patient with the government. According to Alhaji Muhammad Bello, the Independence Day celebration gives citizens the opportunity to reflect on the challenges facing the nation and resolve them as they come.
Some dignitaries and select schools from the Federal Capital Territory gather at the old parade ground in Abuja to mark the 56th independence celebration of Nigeria. A group of cultural dancers add color to the occasion. While the audience awaits the arrival of the FCT minister, this artist, physically challenged but full of optimism for a better tomorrow for Nigeria, takes the stage.
God has already blessed Nigeria with everything. We can make it without the leaders. The power belongs to us. The God has given us the power. We pray. All we just need is to pray for God. Pray to God to give us the best hands touch. We pray to move further.
The moment the audience is waiting for arrives as the FCT minister mounts the podium for his address.
The present hardship we are going through should be seen as the sacrifice we have to make in order to leave a good legacy for posterity. Therefore, we should all work together to build a great nation that will indeed be counted among the first 20 world economies in the nearest future.
Although many Nigerians appear to feel the impact of the current economic recession, many here are hopeful that the future of the nation is bright.
The Independence anniversary was also observed across the 36 states with special parade by the military, the police and other security agencies and uniformed and non-uniformed organizations. The message, however, by governors of the states centered on the need for Nigerians to renew their hope for a better future and prosperous economy despite the present challenges.
Nigerians are falling some challenges, but this did not prevent them from participating in the various activities to mark the 56th independence anniversary. In Lagos, southwest Nigeria, a special Independence Day parade and march past is held at the Police College Parade Ground in Ikeja. The Deputy Governor, Mrs. Oluroti Adebule, takes salute on behalf of the Governor and acknowledged the resilience of Nigerians.
Our resilience, resourcefulness, and determination to succeed in all aspects of human endeavor is widely recognized and acknowledged across the world. I wish to use this opportunity to make a passionate appeal more than ever before that we must renew our belief in the Nigerian project and play our part diligently.
And in Ogun State, the Independence Anniversary Parade and March Past takes place at the Moshood Abiola Stadium at Abeokuta, the state capital. Governor Ibikunle Amosun's message to his people is premised on hope for a better future.
As an administration in Ogun State, we are confident in the ability of the federal government to tackle headlong the social economic challenges facing the country as of now. It is also important to note that we need to temper this celebration with some sober reflection. There can be no way that the part will be greater than the whole. The whole is also greater than the sum. So we all have a role to play in the growth and development of Nigeria. We have to take ownership of Project Nigeria. This requires all of us to form a synergistic approach, cooperating and collaborating with one another to tackle both our political and economic challenges.
In part two, after the break, more on Nigeria's 56th independence anniversary, the way it all played out on the platform. Please join us again.